Hi guys, this is Lakers115. Today's video will be a little bit different. Today is the official, well, yesterday was the official day for the PTB on the upcoming changes February 2nd, but my computer cannot handle it, so sadly I cannot show the PTB. But I should be able to get my computer upgraded by the next PTB of the new killer, so definitely excited for that. And this video will more so be for a lot of people asking or wanting to know more details what's exactly coming to, since not everybody has a PC, a lot of people are console, and etc. etc. So this video will be more so explaining about that. But I will be reacting to the video of the details that were given for next month, which it looks really good. A few perk changes, killer changes, clown changes, and also your rank, giving you blood points, whatever rank you get every month, and a lot more stuff. So hope you guys enjoy the video, and yeah, enjoy.
Welcome everyone to this first edition of the Dev Tapes. This video will cover the too long didn't read of our Dev Update blog post. So today we're bringing in a few guests that are going to present upcoming changes in design, UI, and animation for the PTB early next week. So here we go. All right, so welcoming
Oh,
Sarah,
Baby Yoda.
lead UI designer on DBD.
She's
All
cool.
right, Sarah, big
Hi.
changes. Big
Yeah.
changes coming for the UI.
Yeah.
First off, let's start. Why are we changing the UI in the next update? And what are we changing?
So when players log in to the PTB for the first time and start their match, the biggest change that they're going to notice is that we've completely redesigned the layout of the HUD. This means that the position of some of the elements.
Look at that. That's gonna be a little bit. I would say that's kind of weird. Because obviously we've been used to the same thing being right here, but I don't know. Maybe we could get used to this, but I would prefer these down here, honestly. 5 gens remaining. I hope that's not there the whole match. We obviously gonna. I don't know. That should be, yeah. It's gonna take time to get used to.
That you're used to are no longer in the places that they were before this update.
Look at that hook icon on the left.
Essentially, what we've done is we've broken each of our pieces of our UI, which we refer to as widgets, into their own section so that they have their own space. We had reached a point with the UI where our current live UI was no longer able to support all of the features that we wanted to add from the game design team.
That's gonna suck
so
for
we
people.
needed to find a place to
being
give each
toxic.
of these UI elements.
The killer's gonna be. It's gonna be a lot more easier for the killer to tell know that person and just face cam to know exactly who is the survivor.
Add
Since it's gonna tell you.
animations and visual effects, as well as any new pieces of information and features.
All right. Do you want to tell us a few examples of what we can expect in the new UI changes?
Yeah, we have a couple new features that you'll notice. The biggest and most obvious one is probably hook accounts. We now have a separate widget for killers, which displays the number of times you have hooked players in the match. This is a positive way of displaying a killer's progress in the match.
That's
Previously, we found that
that's
for
like
killers,
a good thing for beginners.
The only sense of any gameplay change that
that's
they got
helpful, but
was the generator count
that's not,
slowly,
I don't know.
slowly counting
I don't
downwards.
really need to know that.
Doesn't feel
We
very
could
good
just
if
count.
you're a killer. So we wanted to give them something that they can feel proud of and look back and see their progress throughout the match. For survivors, they have their own version of this, which is displayed on the actual player status widget. This tells your fellow survivors how many times your teammates have been hooked. This way you can know whether or not it's worth it to go in for that.
That's kind of cool for solo players.
As well as giving you a general idea of how your team is doing.
That's pretty
overall.
useful.
Another feature that we have is The healthy and
Or
injured
if you're playing with your friends and no
for
cons.
the players have been replaced with portraits of those characters. So
when they get hit, they're red.
at a glance, you'll be able to see who's playing as Claudette, who's playing as Nia, which Dwight is in the closet.
I
Exactly.
don't know. Kind of prefer
Right. I think there's one
the
more
old-fashioned
thing as
way.
well that has been asked forever, and you're very happy about.
I am
Yeah.
thrilled to announce this one. Along with this
Ooh.
update, we are releasing 2 new.
Look at that background
Very
though.
happy about.
I am
Yeah.
thrilled to announce
Ooh, those fireworks. Okay.
this one. Along with this update, we are releasing 2 new settings, which allow players to control the scale of their menus and HUD. So no longer will your UI scale be determined by your screen resolution. You can control it yourself.
All right,
Ooh.
so just to
Okay,
wrap this up,
that's kinda cool.
this new UI change is allowing us some space for new awesome
That's not bad.
features in the future. Did you have anything else to add,
You
Sarah?
could probably make that way
Yeah,
bigger.
so we
or
know
just
this
keep it
is a
small.
big change. It's gonna take us all a little bit of time, I think,
Yeah,
to
for sure.
get used to the new placement. That's
I'm not an
natural and
OG
expected
player,
part
but
of any change.
2 years playing this, that's gonna
We've all
take
been
time
looking
to
at
get
this
used to that.
particular
It's gonna
HUD
feel weird,
for
but
5+ years
let's see how it
at this
goes.
point.
Maybe they'll make some
So
more
there's going
changes
to be a
after the
period of
PTB.
adjustment. However, this new layout is going to allow us a lot more breathing room to add new features and expand what we can do for you guys in the future.
Awesome. So this is not the final form. That's what you're saying.
No, we have lots of new ideas that we're excited to share with you guys in the next couple months and years to come. Can't really talk about it
She's
much
got
of it right
something
now, but
big
we
coming.
are excited to share it all with you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much
She-
for joining us today, Sarah.
She looks like she wants to
Happy
say
to
it,
be
but
here.
she obviously can't. But
So,
obviously
welcoming
more
Ethan,
big changes are coming
game
than just
designer
this.
on Dead by Daylight. Hello, Ethan, and welcome. Ethan, we're closing up on the PTB release, so do you want to tell us what's in store for the clown?
Yes, this is actually the first moment we're actually confirming that the clown update is going to be in this PTB.
Okay.
And so I can talk a little bit more
Got my
about that
attention.
teaser trailer that Dylan showed us a while ago. The purple bottles are staying the same, so you can play clown the way you're used to. You throw a purple bottle, people get intoxicated, they slow down, you can hit them. You can switch to throwing yellow bottles, and they have no effect until they turn yellow. So
Yellow
the gray cloud
bottles.
is like a placeholder until it turns yellow and activates. Any player entering a yellow cloud gets extra movement speed for a period of time. So it's called the Afterpiece Antidote. And if you're intoxicated by a purple cloud and hit a yellow one, then it will remove that effect. And we're not just changing those bottles, we're also going to reduce the amount of time it takes to reload. That's going to be 3 seconds now. Yay! Everybody cheer! Yay! I can hear it. I can hear it.
So, Ethan, what was the idea?
Hold on. So we're getting a boost if we throw the yellow, which could be obviously used for both Survivor and Killer, but also the speed reload on the tonics. Plus, there's an add-on that you could put a extra boost on reload. So just imagine that'll probably be maybe 1 or 2 seconds. So this sounds like a huge buff to the clown. Good for me, bad for you guys.
Idea with adding a new type of gas to the clown's.
He's already good as it is.
Well,
a lot of
we
people
wanted
underrate
to
him.
increase potential for interesting plays with him, and we already like the way the purple bottles work, so we thought let's give him 2 bottles. And since the purple ones are you throw it someplace, and
That's
it
not what he
says
did there. He threw it
you
thinking
don't want
the
survivors
the
to go
opponent
there,
was
so you
going
put a
to
negative.
run, but obviously
The opposite
it doesn't
would
work,
be
so it's
you put
yellow, not
a
white.
bottle someplace where you would like it if survivors went there, so you give them an encouragement. So if there's a dead end over here and there's a pallet over here, you throw a yellow here, and then the survivor's like, do I go for the pallet or do I go for the yellow? Which is better? And it makes a little bit more cognitive load for the players. And then if the clown gets in there, then he is also going to pick up some extra speed. So it's to create more
That could be
more interesting
stackable.
gameplay around him.
with
All
player
right, so
food.
remember when we tested
Oh,
this
that
skill-based
would be
matchmaking back
very
in summer?
very fast
Well,
speed.
it's coming back. Ethan, you have more info.
So it sounds like
Yeah, so the
a good
matchmaking
buff,
system is no
or
longer
huge
going to be
buff,
based
if
on
you
your
would say.
rank. It's going to be based on back-end calculated skill rating. And one of the great things about this is it means that each killer you play will have a different setting for this. So if you're like an absolutely amazing hillbilly player and you destroy everybody, and then you say, I want to learn how to play nurse, and you're terrible with her at the moment, you're not going to be playing against rank 1 survivors while you're trying to figure out how to play the nurse. So it's going to be better for survivors. It should be better for killers. And because of this, we now need something to do with ranks. So
That's kind of like Apex, skill-based matchmaking, but this is kind of OP. I mean, obviously, if I play, let's say, for example, I am a Michael Myers main or Doctor. I mean, I am a Doctor main, but let's say I want to try out Nurse, which I'm not the best at because I don't have much experience, which you need a lot of experience to master her. I'm gonna be playing against noobs, basically what it sounds like. If I have no experience with the killer, I'm gonna play with noob survivors. It's kind of fair, as it should be, it's balanced, but let's say I'm playing Trapper. You don't need his traps to be good. If you're a good killer, you're a good killer. You don't really need their abilities or anything. They have to come within the match. So that will give me an upper hand, depending how good of a killer I am or you are, you know? So that's kind of that's gonna be good for killers. I don't know how to feel about that on survivor level, but that should be really fun, especially if I want to learn nurse or somebody new. I think it's gonna change the game and make it more fun. So
as soon as the new matchmaking system goes live, we will be switching ranks to be a reward system where, depending on the highest rank you reach during.
This has been leaked since like October, I believe. I remember I saw this. They leaked it, but it's finally gonna be out February 2nd. So this is pretty cool. And I think what they said is basically every month, like how it's been before. Let's say I get rank 4, I'm gonna get pushed back maybe rank 8, rank 7, or close. But now if I'm rank 4 and I don't think it's gonna be the 13th anymore. It's gonna be the first of every month. I think now you're automatically will get sent back to rank 20, and you have to work all your way to whatever rank you want to get. Which I think that's pretty cool. Gives you more to play for, more to grind for, and you're gonna get a good reward of bullet points depending on what rank you get. And I could do this as survivor, and I think as killer. So if I was to get rank 4, both survivor and killer, that's 400,000 blood points a month. So I like this. This should be more grind, which I need it.
The month, you will get blood point rewards, and then at the end of each month, your rank will reset to 20, and you'll build your way back up again.
Yep.
And just to be clear,
there we go.
Your rank is not going to determine your matchmaking. So when we reset you to 20, it's only for the rewards, not for who you get put into games with.
All right, so those rank
sounds like it's
going
to be broken for a good bit. So
separated between killer and survivor, so you can basically get those rewards twice if you
Absolutely.
get to high ranks on both.
Yep.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, that's 400,000 blood points secured for me.
The clown is not the only one getting changes. Do you wanna add a little bit on this?
I would love to. We've got true invisibility coming up from the Wraith, which means that if you are more than 24 meters from him, you can't see him at all. Not even a little bit. But once he gets within 16 meters, you will see the shimmer that you see now. And between 24 and 16, it will increase from being nothing
a good buff
to what you see now. So
and that could be kind of deadly
if
you use a certain perk
with his little shimmer,
which can lower your terror radius.
Another thing that we're
sounds like a buff
is the Trapper's traps. I don't know how many of you have done the math, but if you have a 25% chance to escape from a trap, that's only like a 60% chance to escape in the first 4 times. It's around 60. Somebody's going to quote me on it being wrong because it's 63 or whatever, but
around that. Yeah.
It's around that. And you have a 10% chance of still being in the trap after like 10 attempts. it doesn't feel good. So we've changed it so that now it will take 1 to 6 attempts. When you step in the trap, we
Sounds
choose
like a
whether it
slight
be 1, 2, 3,
nerf.
4, 5, or 6, and then that's how many times it will take. So it's never going to take more than 6. This does mean that your rough chance of escaping each time is 16%. So the first attempt is going to be a little less likely, but it will never go to the long tail on the other side either. So on the whole, it's going to be better for everybody.
Yeah, that's
All
a
right,
nerf.
Ethan. So we're changing a couple of perks in this update.
So it sounds like
Do you want to go
Cloud, huge
over
buff.
what we're touching?
Wraith,
Yeah, sure.
slight buff.
We have
Trapper
a list,
nerfed.
and it includes Diversion, also
Okay.
known as Pebble, Fixated, Hex Undying,
Perk changes.
Iron Maiden, Open-Handed, and Second Wind. This is a list of perks we said we were going to update soon a while back on a dev stream, and they have made it through the pipeline, and here they are.
All right. Introducing Guillaume, game designer on Dead by Daylight. Welcome in, Guillaume.
Hi, Gab. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you. Guillaume is here today to discuss the upcoming animation changes. Can you explain to us why we're changing these animations?
Yeah. After 4 years, almost 5, we felt that the game needed animation side. We needed to update those animations, just like give a visual update and a bit of love to these systems as well. Not only the animation themselves, but the systems to be able to support any other features moving forward. So we updated some of the animation and mostly the locomotion for survivors.
All right. So can you give us some example of what's coming?
Well, basically it's the locomotion. So the idle, stance of the art tractors, both male and female, the run, the walk, the crouch, the injured state, but also transition when you move from one direction to another. We added those transition. Also a new crawling animation with new turns and a recover animation.
That's cool,
So,
I guess.
when
Different
we're talking
animations.
Survivor
little stuff.
locomotion, what kind of gameplay
That's not
change
bad.
should we expect with these changes?
In terms of gameplay, actual gameplay, it should have not changed at all. I mean, that's
Yeah,
the
exactly.
idea, and that's the reason why there's a game designer talking about it as opposed to an animator, because it's mostly animation work, technical animation. But one of the goals was to
Yeah, it's
not
a slight
change
change.
the actual gameplay and how
That's
locomotion
alright.
and navigation works in terms of speeds, turn rates, accelerations, and things like that. But we definitely wanted to improve the looks, change the stance, the way the character moves in terms of body movement and aesthetics.
All right. And so we're talking about locomotions, which normally would be in movement, right? Are other animation also changed? For example, cleansing totem, entering lockers, I don't know, throwing a pebble, teabagging, things like that.
Most of them, no, because they're interactions, and we did not touch interactions because this is, again, it's a different topic. It has a heavy impact on gameplay, and this is something else for the future. Though, like teabagging, for example, which is crouching, which is a locomotion, kind of a gameplay. We did update that animation. Well, actually, before there was no animation at all. It was just a blending. So we put in an animation and we kind of iterated on it to make sure that teabagging still feels satisfying to our players.
Okay.
I
thought they would nerf it.
But it should play the same.
Teabagging
right.
buff confirmed.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Guillaume. And I think that's the awkward moment where we say bye. Please don't keep that.
Well, sounds like a good update. And they didn't mention the map changes as well. The map updates. They're gonna be updating the game and the Asylum. Obviously the game is the pigs map and Asylum is the clown map. So, and it looks pretty nice. They released a few pictures. It looks nice. I believe I could show it real quick. So here are some of the pictures. They haven't released too much, but this is the game, which looks pretty different. Pretty different. I just hope they kept the style references in there. I definitely love that part. The Asylum. Yeah, it looks way different. But yeah, so far that's what's been released as of right now. Obviously, the PTB is out, so you're more than welcome to play it. I wasn't able to, so yeah, but it looks pretty good. I'm excited about this clown buff. He was already good, he just been underrated. And yeah, I'm pretty excited for this. And it looks like a good update coming out February 2nd, so make sure to be ready for that. And as well as everything else, looks good. So let's see how it goes.